Hello class, Asmita teacher here. In the previous presentation, we had started with the structure and functions of root. In today's lecture, we will be considering the structure and function of the stem and leaf. Let's begin with stem. In the beginning of the lesson, we have learnt that the roots grow from the radicle and the stem grows from the plumule of the sprouting seed. So the stem grows above the soil from the plumule of the sprouting seed. When the seed germinates, we see the plumule growing out above the soil, and this plumule will grow into the stem. As the sprout grows, the length of the stem gradually increases. There are nodes on the stem. The leaves come out at the nodes. The part of the stem between two nodes is called an internode. The tip or the apical end of the stem is called a bud. It is at this end that the plant will grow in height. A bud may also grow in the node. So a new branch may shoot out from this bud which is growing at the node. And the tree will grow in height at the growing end bud. In the 6th standard, you have learnt about the functions of the stem. Let's quickly revise it. The stem gives support to the other parts of the plant. It carries out the function of production, conduction and storage of food. That means the stem produces food, transports it from one place of the plant to another and stores the food for the plant. In some plants, the stem also has to do the function of reproduction. The leaves grow from the nodes on the stem. The leaves are generally thin, flat and green in color. Coming to the structure of the leaf apex is the tip of the leaf. It may be tapering, pointed or rounded. The edge of the leaf is called the leaf margin. The broad spread out part of the leaf is called the leaf blade or lamina. In the leaf you will find in between there is a thick portion to be seen, a line that passes from the base of the leaf to the leaf apex or to the tip of the leaf. That is called as the midvein. In some plants this midvein branches out further. They are called as veins. Leaves of some plants have a stalk called a petiole. Leaves of some plants do not have a petiole. So the section between the leaf base and the leaf blade, there is a stem kind of structure. A stalk is there for some leaves. This stalk is called as a petiole. Small leaf-like structures may be present near the leaf base. These are called as stipules. Then what is the leaf base? The portion of the leaf attached to the stem is called as the leaf base. So the region where the leaf will be attached to the stem, that will be called as the leaf base. For plants which do have a petiole, you will find after the leaf base, you will see the petiole and then you will see the leaf blade or the lamina. For plants which do not have a petiole, at the leaf base, you will directly find the leaf blade or the lamina. What is the function of these leaves? The main function of the leaf is the process of production of food for the plant. The food for the plant is produced in the leaf. In this picture, you will find the shapes of leaf margins. We have seen the border of the leaf is called as the leaf margin. So in some leaves you will find the border to be very much in a proper shape. That is called as an entire leaf margin. Some places you will find that the leaf margin is having some tooth-like marks or some cut-like marks or some marks which are up and down. It is not in a proper exact shape. It seems to be cut at some places. That is said to be a dented shape. In some places you will find it coming towards the midvein. The margin is cut to a greater extent towards the midvein. That is called as lobed leaf margin. So there is a difference between dented and lobed. Dented is only towards the outer end you will find those markings. They don't move towards inside the leaf a lot. But if you look at the lobed structure, you will find it moving more towards the midvein. This is the midvein. You will find it moving more towards the midvein of the leaf. Mainly, the leaves can be classified as simple leaf and compound leaf. So, what is a simple leaf then? Leaves of some plants have a single undivided leaf blade and a single midrib. So, look at this picture. Here you will find there is one single midrib and there is one single divided leaf blade. This is the entire leaf blade or the lamina. Such kind of leaves are called as simple leaves. However, the leaf blade of leaves in some plants are divided into many small parts. These small parts are called as leaflets. Such leaves are called as compound leaves. For example, this is the leaf base. This is the petiole. This entire is one leaf. But it does not seem to be looking as like one single leaf. It is made up of different parts. And each different part has its own midvein, its veins, the lamina, the apex and all other parts. So such kind of leaves are called as a compound leaf. Even this is an example of compound leaf, but here you will find that in that also there are more branches. Here you see there's only one branch coming out. Here you will see one branch coming out and on that again different leaves are to be seen. Even this is an example of a compound leaf. So what is the difference? There will be difference in the leaf blade and the midrib. For the simple leaf, you will have undivided leaf blade and a single midrib. Whereas for a compound leaf, the leaf blade will be seen to be divided into small parts which we call as leaflets. Now let's look at the arrangement of the leaves on the stem. The arrangement of the leaves is different for different plants. At some places you will find it alternate, means the leaves are not exactly in front of each other like here. They are opposite, exactly in front of each other. Here one leaf, opposite to it one leaf. Here one leaf, again opposite to it there is one leaf. Everywhere you will see they are exactly opposite to each other. Whereas here if you see there is one, after some distance there is one on the other side. Then one on this side, one on the other side. One left, one right. One left, one right. That is alternate. Here you will find that the shape is decussate. Decussate means they are meeting each other at an angle. Mostly an X shape is formed. They cross each other or they intersect each other in form of an X. That is called as decussate. Then here you have the shape as whorled. The leaves are arranged in a whorled shape, means they are turned at the point of joining the stem. So the leaf grows after taking a turn from the leaf base. So it will start at the leaf base and then suddenly you will find it has taken a turn. That will be whorled leaf. Here are still more shapes. They can be rounded, they can be needle shaped, linear, oblong, ecliptic. Many shapes are there. So these are the different types in which you can see a shape of a leaf. See how this leaf looks beautiful. It is triangular in shape. See this one? Like a feather shape, like a fan shape. Nature is so beautiful. See this one? A nice shape, designs. So you can use these leaves as a stamping. You can keep them in color, stamp it on a paper, and you will get decorative shapes available. Heart shape. See? This shape heart and the other way shape heart also. So these are the various shapes: obovate, palmate, lanceolate, linear, needle shaped. All these are the various shapes of the leaves. Now let's come to venation. What is venation? Venation is the arrangement of the veins on the leaf blade or on the lamina. So we are taking two leaves. One is a peepal leaf, one is a maize leaf. The peepal leaf is divided into two equal parts by a single mid vein which lies along the midline of the leaf blade. So if you observe the peepal leaf, exactly the center you will find the mid vein, and it divides the lamina into two equal parts. So you can fold it and see that one part will exactly be equal to the other part. So it will become two equal parts at the mid vein. Okay, it will be the mid line of the lamina. And from this mid vein you will find some other secondary veins arising. So secondary veins arise from the mid vein. They are branched. If you observe them further, you will find that these secondary veins still more divide into branches. They form a network, or they develop a branched system, or this is what we call it as they form a reticulum. They are branched and they form a network or reticulum. This is called as reticulate venation. This type of venation is called as reticulate venation. On the other hand, the leaves of maize, all the veins are parallel. They run parallel to each other from the base or from the one end of the leaf to the leaf apex. They all will be parallel to each other. They don't branch, they don't meet, they don't intersect. They all run parallel to each other from the base of the leaf till the leaf apex. Such kind of venation is called as parallel venation. From the name itself you can remember very easily. Where they form a reticulum or a network, you will call it as reticulate venation. Where they run parallel to each other, there you will say that the leaf has got parallel venation. That's all for today. In today's discussion, we have seen about the structure and the functions of the stem and the leaves. Thank you.